In this video, we will be learning to construct a confidence interval and interpret. The formula for a confidence interval is the sample average plus or minus the z-score times the standard error. And we are finding the range where the population average will fall based on our sample. To find our z-value, we will look at the confidence interval given and look at a normal table where the area is given on the right and the matching z-score will be given on the left. So for a 90% confidence interval, our z-score is 1.65. If we are given a 95% confidence interval, then our z-value is 2. And if we are given a 99% confidence interval, then our z-value will be 2.6. These three confidence intervals are the most common that you will see in your example problems. You also will have to find the standard error percent. The standard error formula is the standard deviation of the sample divided by the square root of n being our sample size, multiplied by 100 to get the standard error percent. Now let's do an example problem. A survey of 100 USU students was taken to see who likes the snow. The average was 83%. Find a 90% confidence interval for the average population of USU students who like the snow. Let's look at our formula again. We have the sample average plus or minus the z-score multiplied by the standard error. From our problem, we can see we were given the sample average of 83% and a confidence interval of 90% that we can now use to find our z-score. Looking back, we can see that if we have a 90% confidence interval, then our z-value will be 1.65. Now we need to find our standard deviation as it wasn't given in the problem. The formula for standard deviation is the square root of the proportion of ones multiplied by the proportion of zeros. In our problem, we had 83% of yeses, meaning our proportion will be 0.83 of ones, and the proportion of zeros will be 0.17. So our standard deviation is the square root of 0.83 multiplied by 0.17, giving us a standard deviation of 0.38. Now let's plug these values back in. We have our sample average of 83% plus or minus our z-value from a 90% confidence interval of 1.65 multiplied by our standard error, which is our standard deviation of 0.38 divided by a square root of 100, which was our sample size, multiplied by 100%. This gave us an interval for a 90% confidence of 79.2% to 86.8%. But what does this mean? To write the interpretation of this, we take what our confidence interval was and say that we are 90% confident, and that we are 90% confident that our population average of USU students who like the snow fall between our interval, which was 79.2% and 86.8%. Note that this is not for the sample, that we built our confidence interval for the population average, not based on what another sample would be. If you need, there are some other sources to help you get through the problem.